Today we are starting the next chapter of morphology, that is morphology of leaf. Now, definition of leaf. The leaf is a green, flat, thin, expanded lateral appendage of stem which is borne at a node and bears a bud at its in its axil. It is exogenous in origin and develops from the leaf primordium of shoot apex. Now, salient features or important characters of leaf. First, leaf is a lateral dissimilar appendage of the stem. Second, a leaf is always born at the node of a stem. Third, generally there is always an axillary bud in the axil of a leaf. Fourth, it is exogenous in origin and develops from the swollen leaf primordium of the growing apex. Fifth, the growth of leaf is always limited. Sixth, the leaf does not possess any apical bud or a regular growing point. A leaf has three main parts. First is leaf base, second is petiole, third is leaf lamina. In addition, it may possess two lateral outgrowths of the leaf base called as stipules. Now, what is importance of leaf morphology? As we all know, the study of morphology, as we all know, the morphology is defined as study of external features. So the morphology of leaf also play the study of morphology of leaf also play important role. First point is study of leaf morphology is important in taxonomy in addition to other vegetative and reproductive morphological features. Morphological characters of leaves are used in accurate description, identification, and classification of plants. Second, morphological feature of leaves are important in determining the productivity of crops. Plant physiologists have now recognized the importance of stature of plant, that is the rate of leaf production. Second, the length of internodes, thickness, shape, and area of leaf, orientation of leaf to light, and periods up to which the leaves are retained by the plants in crop productivity. Third point, in some species, leaves of different shape occur at different developmental stages of the same plant. In eucalyptus, the shape of leaf changes during transition from juvenile stage, that is non-flowering, to mature flowering stage. Similarly, the shape of foliage of a cotton plant tells the physiological maturity of the plant. Fourth point, the occurrence of more than one shape of leaves in plant is called as heterophyly. It is common in some amphibious plant. Example, Limonophylla heterophylla. It is an adaptive significance of a plant. Fifth point, horticulturists horticulturists select, develop, and propagate foliage plants having peculiar shape, size, and color of leaves. Thus, the ornamental plants have abnormal morphological features having comparatively more economic value. तो टैक्सोनॉमिकली हम क्या क्या स्टडी करते हैं, उसकी लीफ के स्ट्रक्चर को, लीफ के कलर को, शेप को, साइज को, उसकी लेंथ को, लीफ के पीरियोडिसिटी कितनी है टुवर्ड्स लाइफ, इन सब चीजों को स्टडी करते हैं मॉर्फोलॉजी में. नाउ functions of a leaf. There are two types of functions, primary and secondary. The primary functions are such as photosynthesis, gaseous exchange, transpiration, protection, and conduction. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is a process on earth by which plant green leaves trap solar energy and convert into organic material. Now, in other words, we can say photosynthesis is one of the most important function of the green leaves in the synthesis of carbohydrates in the presence of sunlight. The leaves possess chloroplast in their mesophils, which are primarily chlorenchymatous tissue. The chloroplast possess chlorophyll and other accessory pigments of photosynthesis, which trap solar energy and transform it into chemical energy in the form of carbohydrates. Now, second is gaseous exchange. gaseous exchange. Leaf possess stomata in their epidermis, which is the minute pores guarded by two kidney-shaped guard cells. The stomata are primarily meant for gaseous exchange required for photosynthesis and respiration. Now, third, transpiration. Water in the form of vapors is mainly lost through stomatal pores and expanded leaf surface. The loss of water in the form of vapors from living tissue is called as transpiration. The process of transpiration helps to maintain temperature of plant and assist ascent of sap. Now, now we come to next portion, protection. So, the leaf generally protects buds. The terminal and axillary buds are protected by leaves from desiccation and mechanical injury. Desiccation means sukhna. Conduction. Uh, Vascular bundles present in the veins and petioles of the leaves serve the function of translocation of organic food through phloem and water and mineral through xylem. ध्यान रखिएगा, ऑर्गेनिक ट्रांसलोकेशन जो फूड का होता है इन प्लांट्स, वो क्या करते हैं, जो फ्लोएम होता है वो आपका ऑर्गेनिक फूड को ट्रांसपोर्ट करता है, वेयर जाइलम जो होता है और मिनरल्स जो होते हैं वो जाइलम के थ्रू कंडक्ट करता है. नाउ सेकेंडरी फंक्शन, स्टोरेज. सकुलेंट लीव्स, जैसे कैक्टस की लीफ होती है, सकुलेंट कैक्टस का स्टेम बेसिकली होता है, लीफ नहीं होता, उस लीफ मॉडिफाई करके स्टेम में बन जाती है. सकुलेंट लीव्स ऑफ सम xerophytic plant like agave store water, mucilage and food materials to resist drought. Fleshy leaf bases of onions store food materials. The leaves of some aquatic plants, example trapa, store air either in lamina or petiole of gaseous petiole for gaseous exchange and floating. Leaf lamina of some epiphytic plants are modified into pitchers to collect rain water. पिक्चर प्लांट हम जानते हैं वो इंसेक्टिवोरस प्लांट होता है, लेकिन उस पिक्चर का एक और फंक्शन होता है टू स्टोर वाटर. प्रोटेक्शन. नाउ next secondary function is protection. In plants, the barberry, optunia, for example, the leaves or their parts are modified into spines to protect the plants from browsing animals. In some xerophytic plants, the leaves are highly reduced or modified into phyllodes to reduce transpiration and protect the plant from desiccation. Next function is support. In some climbing plants, various parts of leaf get modified into tendril, which help the plant to climb in support. Next, nitrogen fixation or nitrogen nutrition. Leaves of some insectivorous plant get modified into various forms of insect trap. The leaves of Nephthys and Sacrania are modified into insect catching pitchers. The leaf segments of Uticularia are modified to sac-like trap called bladders. These plants digest the insect and absorb nitrogenous substance to fulfill the nitrogen requirement. Next is support. In some climbing plants, various parts of leaf get modified into tendrils, which help the plant to climb and support. Next, reproduction. The fleshy leaves of Birophyllum developed adventitious buds in marginal notches, which serve a means of vegetative propagation. Young leaves of Posinatia polycherianima are brightly colored, which attract insect for pollination. The sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels are modified leaves. ध्यान से सुनिएगा. The sepals, petal, stamens, and carpels are modified leaves. They help in sexual reproduction. नेक्स्ट, मॉडिफिकेशन ऑफ लीव्स. ये टॉपिक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसमें एग्जाम में वेरियस क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. तो पहला आएगा लीफ का मॉडिफिकेशन आएगा, वो है स्टोरेज. हाउ लीफ गेट मॉडिफाइड एंड स्टोर perform the function of storage. Some leaves of saline and xerophytic habitats and members of the family Cruciaceae commonly have fleshy and swollen leaves. These succulent leaves store water, mucilage, or food materials, such storage leaves resist desiccation. Example: aloe, agave, birophyllum. Next, leaf tendrils. आपको इसमें एक इमेज लगाई हुई है, उसमें आपको वेरियस फॉर्म पतली पतली से सेगमेंट से दिख रहे होंगे ये, इनको हम टेंड्रिल्स बोलते हैं. तो लीफ इज मॉडिफाइड इनटू टेंड्रिल्स. पहला आएगा leaf tendrils. In some plants, the whole leaf or some of its parts get modified into tendril. Tendrils are long, slender, wiry, and coiled climbing organs which are very sensitive to touch and coil around a support with which they come in contact. Leaf tendrils are of following types. First is whole leaf. In this case, the entire leaf is modified into tendril. For example, Lathyrus apica, that is wild pea. In this plant, the stipules become foliaceous to perform the functions of leaves. A small bud is present in the axil of tendril. Second, leaf tip tendril. In Glorosica superba, the leaf apices are elongated and modified into tendrils. इसमें दिखाया इमेज में है. Next, leaflet tendril. In Pisum sativum and Lathyrus ordata, the upper few leaflets of pinnately compound leaves get modified into tendrils. Next, petiole tendrils. In some plants, the petiole become long and get modified into tendrils. Example, clematis. Next, rachis tendrils. In some plants, the tip of rachis or the entire rash, including the stalk of leaflets, example clematis, get modified into tendrils. Next, stipular tendrils. In Smilex, the free ends of adennate stipules are modified into tendrils. नेक्स्ट आएगा स्पाइन्स. देखिए लीफ में लीफ मॉडिफाई होकर स्पाइन इसलिए बनती है ताकि वो ट्रांसपिरेशन ऑफ वाटर या गैसेस एक्सचेंज को रिड्यूस कर सके. In some plants, the leaves or their parts are modified into spines. Plant develops spines in order to protect themselves from grazing animals. They are also formed as a means of xerophytic adaptation to reduce loss of water by transpiration. Next, hooks. What are hooks? Leaf hooks. In some plants, the leaves are modified into hook-like structure and help the plant to climb. In begonia, the three-terminal leaflet of compound leaf get modified into stiff claw-like hooks. These hooks cling to the support firmly and help the plant to climb. The leaf spines of asparagus also act as a hooks. Next, phyllodes. Phyllodes. The phyllodes are flat, green-colored leaf-like modification of petiole or rashes. The leaflet of lamina of the leaf are highly reduced or caducous. The phyllodes perform photosynthesis and other functions of leaf. They are the xerophytic modification to reduce transpiration. Example in Australian acacia. The leaves are in Parkinsonia. The leaves are bipinnately compound. The primary rashes of each leaf is short and modified into spine. The secondary rashes are modified into phyllodes. The phyllodes of Australian acacia are pendant, vertically placed, and have few stomata to reduce transpiration. Next function, insectivorous plants में cases में modify हुआ है. Helps in insect catching leaves. In some insectivorous plants, the leaves or their parts are modified into special insect catching organs. They catch insects, digest them, and absorb its nitrogen to fulfill their nitrogen requirements. मॉडिफिकेशन क्या है, इसमें दो तरीके के मॉडिफिकेशन होते हैं. फर्स्ट इज पिचर एंड सेकेंड इज ब्लैडर. In Nepthancia and Saccharinidia, the leaves are modified into pitchers to catch and digest the insect. The pitcher of Nepthacia is modified lamina. The apex of leaf is modified into lid, which covers the opening of a pitcher. Next, bladder. In Utricularia, the leaves are segmented. Some of the leaf lobes are modified into sensitive little sac-like traps called bladders. These bladders serve as a floats. These bladders serve as floats for the water plant and act as a trap for insect. Next. Next, picture of epiphytic plant. In epiphytic climber, the whole leaf is modified into a pitcher provided with opening at the base. This pitcher stores rainwater and debris. The same is absorbed by adventitious roots, which are also called as nest roots, which grow out from the stem and ramify within the cavity. Next, cataphyllus or scale leaves. These are either dry and papery or fleshy leaves which do not take part in photosynthesis. They are mainly in protective in functions. Next, floral leaves. The floral parts such as sepals, petals, stamens and carpels are modified leaves. The sepals and petals are leafy. They are protective in function and considered non-essential reproductive parts. फिर सुनिएगा, they are protective in function and considered non-essential reproductive parts. Petals are usually colored, which attract the insects for pollination. Stamens are considered pollen-bearing microsporophylls, and carpels are ovule-bearing megasporophylls. अभी देख लीजिए, स्टेमन्स जहाँ पे होते हैं उन लीव्स को हम बोलते हैं माइक्रोस्पोरोफिल्स, और जहाँ पे ओवरी होती है, ओव्यूल्स होते हैं, उसको हम बोलते हैं मेगास्पोरोफिल्स. Both stamen and carpel are essential reproductive organs. Okay. Now, leaf. Now we will go by parts of leaf. Now, the leaf, the topic is parts of leaf. The leaf consists of three parts that are more or less well defined. First is leaf base, which is also called as hypopodium. Second is the petiole, which is also called as mesopodium. And third is leaf lamina or leaf blade, which is also called as epipodium. तो पेट्रियोल आप देख रहे होंगे, एक स्टेम है, इस स्टेम से एक थिन सी आउटग्रोथ गई है, इसको हम पेट्रियोल बोलते हैं, इसमें लीफ अटैच होती है. ओके, ये इसमें जो बीच में आपको वेन्स दिख रही है, इसको बोलते हैं लीफ लैमिना. ये लीफ का टिप हो गया, और ये एजेस बने हुए हैं, इसको हम बोलते हैं लीफ की ब्लेड. और ये बिल्कुल जो मिडल एक डिस्टिंग्विश लाइन सी गई है, इसको बोलते हैं हम मिड रिप. और हमेशा लीफ के बेस पे एक ग्रीनिश आउटग्रोथ होती है, उसको हम स्टिप्यूल्स बोलते हैं. यहाँ पर नोड होती है. ध्यान रखिएगा, लीफ जो है वो हमेशा नोड से ही ओरिजिनेट करती है, हमेशा. अब देखिए, फर्स्ट द लीफ बेस और hypopodium. The basal part of the leaf by which it is attached to the stem is called as leaf base. In many species, the leaf base is provided with a pair of stipules. ये रहे वो stipules दो, ये petiole हो गया, और इसके बीच adjacent sides में दो वो हो गए stipules. These are small outgrowths of the leaf base which usually protect the young leaves and axillary buds. The stipules are commonly found in dicotyledon plants. इसको repeat कर रहा हूँ, stipules are commonly found in dicotyledon plants. In some grasses, monocots, an additional outgrowth is present between the leaf base and the lamina. The leaf के इसके बीच में, इसके और इसके बीच में additional से outgrowth होगी, उसको हम बोलते हैं this outgrowth is called as ligule. The leaves having ligules are called ligulate leaves. Sometimes small stipules like outgrowths are found at the base of leaflets of a compound leaf. They are called as stiples. What are stiples? Uh, the leaves having ligules are called as ligulate. Sometimes these small stipules like outgrowth are found at the base of leaflets of a compound leaf. They are called as stiples. Now, mesopodium or petiole. A petiole or leaf stalk is a cylindrical or a subcylindrical structure of a leaf which joins the lamina to the base. ये पूरा petiole होगा. देखिए ये lamina जा रहा है, इसके साथ इसको join करने वाला हुआ. It raises the lamina above the level of stem so as to provide it sufficient light exposure. A leaf with a petiole is called as petiolate and a leaf without it is called as sessile. Exam में question आता है, what is a leaf is called without a stipules. What is a leaf is called without a petiole. The leaf without petiole is called as sessile. ध्यान रखिएगा हमेशा. Next, lamina or epipodium or leaf blade. The leaf lamina is normally a flat, thin, expanded, green and conspicuous structure. ये जो पूरा है इसको बोलते हैं lamina. Where all function of leaf are carried on. It is the seat of photosynthesis, gaseous exchange, transpiration, and most of the metabolic reactions of the plant. The form, proportion, and the structure of lamina vary very widely, not only between the leaves of different species, but even among the leaves produced during the seedling and post-seedling phases of a single species. The leaf lamina are provided and supported by veins and veinlets which contain vascular tissues. Next, phyllotaxy. What is phyllotaxy? तो आप अगर देख रहे होंगे इसमें एक इमेज दिखाई है, इसमें आपको लीफ के वेरियस पैटर्न के अरेंजमेंट दिखाई दे रहे होंगे. So the phyllotaxy is defined as the mode of arrangement of leaves on a stem on its branches is called as phyllotaxy. अब types of phyllotaxy, पहला है spiral or alternate, second is opposite, and third is verticillate or whorled. Now first, what is spiral or alternate phyllotaxy? तो आपको दिख रहा होगा कि ये आपकी मेन स्टेम जा रही है और इसके अपोजिट डायगोनली लीव्स लगी हुई हैं. इसको हम बोलते हैं alternate या spiral. When single leaf is borne at each node and the leaves are arranged in such a way that a line drawn on the stem through the leaf base takes a spiral course. The arrangement is called as alternate, spiral or acyclic. Second, opposite. ये में देखिए दोनों लीफ एक दूसरे के अपोजिट लगी हुई हैं. The opposite phyllotaxy is one in which a pair of leaves arise at each node on opposite sides. It is of two types, opposite superposed and opposite desiccate. Now, what is opposite superposed? All the pairs of leaves of a branch arise in same plane so that only two vertical rows of leaves are formed. For example, in guava. And what is opposite desiccate? A pair of leaves at one node stand at right angle to the next upper or lower pair so that four vertical rows are formed. For example, तुलसी. या तुलसी के पेड़ में देखेंगे तो अलग अलग उसमें आती हैं और अगर अमरूद के पेड़ में देखेंगे तो उसमें लीफ होती है, दो लीफ आती है अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में. थर्ड इज verticillator, verticillate or whorled. In this case, more than two leaves arise at each node forming a circle or a whorl. Generally, the leaves are successive node alternate so that all the leaves get maximum exposure of light. इसमें देखिए अब जो इसका पैटर्न देखिए, इसमें गोल सा सर्कल बना हुआ है, उसमें लीफ लगी हुई है अपोजिट है हर लीफ. उससे क्या हो रहा है, जब ये लीफ सन को एक्सपोज होगी तो उसे मैक्सिमम सनलाइट एब्जॉर्ब होगा। ये होते हैं फाइलोटैक्सी। नेक्स्ट, वेनेशन। अब देखिए, अगर दो इमेजेस देखिए तो आपको एक अजीब सी नेट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर दिख रहा होगा। फर्स्ट में नसों की तरह हमारी बॉडी में नसें होती हैं, इनको हम वेन्स बोलते हैं। ये मोनोकॉट और डाइकॉट लीफ में अलग से पहचानी जाती हैं। व्हाट इज वेनेशन? द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन पैटर्न ऑफ द वेन्स एंड वेनलेट्स इन द लैमिना ऑफ ए लीफ इज कॉल्ड venation. Internally, the vein contains vascular tissue, that is xylem and phloem, which provides the following function to the leaves. The first function is capillary. Xylem capillaries of the veins conduct water and minerals. Second, phloem components of the veins help in translocation of organic food. Third, veins are strong enough to support delicate cells of lamina so that the latter remains in stretched condition for optimum function. Fourth, veins and venlets sustain the damaging effect of wilting. Wilting मतलब सूख के बिल्कुल जब बहुत हम किसी पानी को किसी पौधे में जब हम पानी नहीं देते हैं तो कुछ समय उसकी जो पत्तियां होती है बिल्कुल सूख जाती है पेपर की तरह, और जब हम उसको हाथ में लेके दबा दें तो क्रश भी हो जाती है। वो कंडीशन कही जाती है विल्टिंग। Now, types of venation. Basically, venation is of two types. One is reticulate and second is parallel. Now, reticulate venation. The venation, the venlets are irregularly distributed in the form of a network. This type of venation is characteristic feature in dicotyledons such as people and hibiscus. And they are of two types. First is unicoskate and second is multicoskate. Unicoskate. It has only one principal vein or main vein which extends from its base to the apex. The main vein gives lateral branches to make a network, for example, in people and mango. Second is multicostate. It has several main veins of almost equal thickness that arises from the base of lamina and transverse up to margin or apex. The lateral venlets arising from the main veins form network. Multicostate venation is also of two types. First is convergent and second is divergent. The convergent is the main in this the main vein converges towards the apex of lamina, for example in smilex, and in divergent case the main vein get diverged towards the margins, example in papaya. Now here comes parallel venation. In this case, or in the case of parallel venation, the veins run parallel to each other and not form a network. देखिए ये parallel venation हो गया, फर्स्ट सेकंड इमेज एक दूसरे के पैरेलल जा रही हैं, और जो फर्स्ट इमेज है वो हो गया रेटिकुलेट वेनेशन का। दिस टाइप ऑफ वेनेशन इज द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर ऑफ मोनोकॉटिलिडेंस। अब एक चीज का हमेशा ध्यान रखिएगा, मोनोकॉट्स में हमेशा पैरेलल वेनेशन होगा, वेरेज डाइकॉट में हमेशा रेटिकुलेट वेनेशन होगा। मैं फिर से रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, डाइकॉट लीफ ऑलवेज हैज a reticulate venation, whereas the monocot leaf has parallel venation. Now, this parallel venation is also of two types. First is unicostate and second is multicostate. Unicostate, the leaf lamina possess single main vein, which give rise to a large number of lateral veins. All the lateral veins run parallel towards the margin. For example, in banana, ये बनाना लीफ की इमेज लगाई हुई है, अगर पूरी लीफ इमेज होती है तो आपको दिखाई देता है कि ये मिड से निकल करके लेकिन लीफ के एंड तक पैरेलल ही जा रही होती हैं। सेकंड इज multicostate. The leaf lamina possesses several main veins which run parallel to each other. Multicostate parallel venation are also of two types, similar like in reticulate venation जो पैरेलल था वो था डाइवर्जेंट एंड कन्वर्जेंट। सिमिलर सेम वे में पैरेलल में भी डाइवर्जेंट और कन्वर्जेंट है। Therefore, multicostate parallel venation is also of two types. First is convergent and second is divergent. Now, convergent, the main veins run parallel to each other and converge at apex. Example, maize, sugarcane, wheat, bamboo, and grasses. Whereas in divergent, all the main veins of leaf lamina spread towards the margin. For example, fan, palm.